squire's job to serve his knight.
So what happens when the knight forgets his most important weapon?
The squire has to get it.
Sir Hector forgot his sword at home. Not good for a knight who was on deck at the joust.
So, Arthur takes off as fast as his squiry legs will take him.
He runs through the streets of town, past the castle moat.
Now, this is where we have to remind you of the legend of King Arthur. You recall from your lessons that when Arthur's father, the king, died, there was no heir to the throne.
That would teach him to give us some way.
So, the royal court had a sword placed in a stone in town square.
The legend said that whoever could pull the sword out of that stone would be the rightful heir to the throne.
They would become the king.
I just said that.
It is in front of this sword staff stone that Arthur finds himself as he's racing home to retrieve Sir Hector's sword.
What you probably don't recall from this famous legend is that there were two objects sticking out of the stone.
There was the sword, of course, but also something even more beautiful and enticing than the king's sword.
And that's what caught Arthur's attention.
Two objects. Very interesting. I only have time to choose one to get back to the Joust. Well, this one's most certainly a sword and seems the logical choice. But this one is much more colorful and seems full of many fantastic possibilities. I'm taking this one.
Does this sound...
Mother, I've rushed the most beautiful instrument I can find. Is it colorful? What? What is this? I don't know, but isn't it beautiful? Beautiful indeed. Well, what can it do?
It is a strange tube from the stone in town square. Everyone pulls that. Whoever pulls it out is the rightful heir to the throne.
I thought that was the sword.
Duh, it works for both.
All hail the king! All hail King Arthur!
Wow, can it really be? Am I really the king?
You're it, your majesty. Now will be your first decree.
Do you mean anything?
Sure, you're the king.
Well then, I decree that from now on in this kingdom there will be no more use of swords or weaponry of any sort, except for this beautiful, marvelous instrument.
What? You can't be serious!
Well, I think it's a marvelous idea.
And until you men get used to the idea, none of us dancers are going to be friendly to you at all.
Or wash your clothes.
Or cook your meals.
Or to your jousting.
King Arthur says no more swords.
And that's the way it's going to be. All hail the king. All hail King Arthur.
Every man from far and near, there's gonna be some change around here. If you want your just rewards, stow your shield, put down your swords.
As you grow up, show yourself. Living in peace is not so tough. That's the way it's gonna be. If you want some help from me, that's the way it's gonna be. Mark my words and you will see. That's the way it's gonna be.
But wait a minute, you mean after I come home from a long day of avoiding the search, you're not gonna have a hot meal waiting for me?
Not if you're learning with anything but that.
You mean I'm going to have to wash my own clothes every year?
Or wear them dirty.
You mean I have to milk my own cow? From now on, unless you pick up that boom whacker instead of a sword, if you want milk, you gotta get moving. Boom whacker, what a fantastic name!
Come on, we gotta get this sword out of here. Here, let me try.
Time to grow up, show your stuff. Living in peace is not so tough. That's the way it's gonna be. If you want some help from me, that's the way it's gonna be. Mark my words and you will see. That's the way it's gonna be.
Now, it all seemed fine until, rumor has it, there was an attack coming from France.
Your Majesty, rumor has it there's an attack coming from France.
We just said that.
An attack from France? Oh no!
No, we have to fight with those colorful boomwhackers.
Stop! Silence! We must keep silence heads or surely go down in defeat.
But Your Majesty, what are we supposed to do?
I know. Let's call on the smartest advisors we know. I think we should sing around. What? I mean, rounds are good, right? Here, gather around that round table. We'll show you what we mean.
We're the knights of the round table. We are strong and we are able. There's no foe we cannot vanquish. We know right makes might.
Sing with me.
We're the knights of the